Hey, so this is Abraham, and I again, as promised, we're having dinner. Don't expect too much, genius.
Oh, good evening, everyone. Yeah. A lovely vegetarian meal provided by Blake. Lovely. Good, clean food.
So I was talking with my Jewish doctor, really nice girl.
Girl, huh?
Anyway, she says that over half of the Israel population disagrees with the government.
Oh.
I think she told me to listen. So that's not really true, right?
Well, but the government is corrupt. Maybe that's the aspect I don't like. But in terms of
they
being
don't agree with
the Palestinian
policy.
policy,
The Palestinians, but
this
you've
expansionism.
been persecuted, just like the Jews were. And you think anybody should know better to be them.
But if they're trying to gather all the millions of Jews from across the world, including Russia and God knows where else, they need. That's what they're like. 1 million Russians apparently have come into Israel in the last 10 years, like since or 20 years. Yeah, like so. I mean, but they're not even real Jews, maybe. But that's another issue.
Yeah, but let them build up. You don't get to steal somebody else's land because you have a population problem.
Or trying to unite all your people.
What?
Or trying to unite all the people in one. Actually, the very negative thing, actually, if I may, I have to address this issue. The creation of Israel, in many ways, meant the extinction of many Jewish subcultures across the world. And I mean all over the world, including Poland, many Arab nations. Many of the Jews from Arab nations either fled from persecution or because of Zionist propaganda were told to leave for Israel, right? Anyways, many of them ended up missing the Arab nations, actually. Many, apparently, I heard or read somewhere that Iraqi Jews in Jerusalem were crying when Baghdad was invaded by the Americans and bombed. Yeah, they felt that closeness to it. And they were always loved with by the Arabs anyways. They were always well treated. It was only the creation of Israel that created this animosity between Arabs and Jews across the world, really. In the past, we were friends. And they know it. They know it.
No, that's what you said.
Yeah. In fact, their highest, I told you, like in Spain, under the Moors, under the Arabs in Spain in the Middle Ages, the Jews had a renaissance of culture where very famous Jews appeared, like Maimonides and all these other ones who had theories about God and revelation and how you could justify it as being real. So them and the Muslims were on the same path and became friends, actually, because they were trying to prove that revelation is provable and real, not just a figment of someone's imagination. That, like, what God said to Moses was actually God speaking to Moses. How do you prove that philosophically? Well, the Jews and Arabs were trying to do the same thing. They each had their revelations. Anyways, so they were friends, and the Arabs respected the Jews, etc., because Muhammad considered them people of the book. I always grew up respecting, like, we had no animosity, really, even after the invasion. And I told you, friendships were made even after the takeover. Because we have many similarities, right? But the Russian Jews, etc., apparently are different even than the Israeli Jews. They're not very happy in Israel. Many are just using it as a jumping point to go to America. Right? Oh yeah, that's the pattern. And so many Israelis kind of don't resent them in a way for their disloyalty. Because it's easier to immigrate to America from Israel than from Russia. Oh, for sure.
Why would people want to immigrate to America?
Better life.
It's the most unsafe country in the world, I theorize. You can be shot by a cop or a gangster, it doesn't matter which. But the amount of handgun killings a year
is huge, right? It's shocking.
In the United States, per capita is enormous compared to anywhere else in the world.
It's mostly by accident, even, Blake. If I may, is it true or is it actually murder?
Murder.
Murder. Oh dear.
Or suicide.
So it makes Israel look more safe. Israel is more safe in terms of violence per capita.
Yeah.
Because even terrorist attacks are rare, especially nowadays, right? With the wall, etc. It's pretty safe. And but it's not over. The war is really not over. They're just like the Palestinians have been silenced.
And they're not safe. Believe me.
Well, and when one day maybe they will acquire power. Like Israel has to, whatever,
No.
has to deal with the issue at some point.
Israel needs to deal with God before they get anywhere else.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Right now, I would not want to be bargaining for their position.
Did you go that far, Blake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That you said they became pagan and godless. You said
No.
because they don't follow Leviticus anymore.
No. They have other gods before God. President George Bush, now it's Donald Trump. Give him sweet hand jobs when he shows up in his mill.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the Rothschilds are financing everything in the U.S. But the thing that gets me is they're not financing with real money.
But
You need to understand this. They write a check
yeah,
with no funds in the account. It's assumed the check is good.
right. It's just their word.
Ergo, currency is created
By their
and
word.
spent on the military first.
Mhm. Wow.
You understand? So all the fresh money goes through the military.
In America,
America.
but they have so many bases. It's expensive, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, they spend.
But think of it, they know the first fresh money is the first, like of a print. They print like $100 trillion, right? That dilutes the value of the current funds.
The more you print, the more,
Yeah. And you put, 8 gallons of water
Sorry.
and 3 cups of chicken noodle soup. It's not going to be very nourishing, right?
Diluting the money.
This is why they want me to shut up about it. They don't want the king to say the king's wearing no clothes.
To be revealed, yeah. To become common knowledge.
Yeah.
Um,
Like the U.S. or any currency today is worth what the sweat of its value is based on the sweat of a poor man's brow. When he's willing to labor for 2 of those or 5 of those, 12 of those an hour determines the value of the country's currency. So as long as you have lots of poor people,
yeah, who accept little.
then the rich people feel secure. But to engineer a whole civilization on the premise of creating as many poor people as we can is not, much of a go-forward origination platform from my position anyway,
Right,
for the family of man.
No, it seems ungodly, actually. It seems devilish.
It's perverted. And right now the United States wants me to agree that the currency has some value. Look what we're just spending every day. How many soldiers do they got? Like 3 million, 5 million?
You think so?
Sure, at $1,000 a week, say average. Is that 50 billion a week? 5 billion a week.
You think it could be that high, Blake?
I don't think it's any less.
Or including.
And then you've got the whole jurisprudence system, the cop, the prison, the moon landing. You can't even afford to pay off your own debt. You understand? And nobody can really tell me, or will they, what the U.S. owes or Canada owes the Rothschild family. Why do you think that would be?
Do they really control all the money, Blake?
Why is it secret?
But do the Rothschilds control our money? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah. What inflation is how much more the government is spending than it takes in.
Okay.
Theoretically.
Oh.
And fiat economies are built on the premise of a constantly expanding debt base. You know, which profits, only one family I've seen so far. They're not Canadian. So why should some foreign Israeli thug cast fear and terror in the hearts of every single petty king of mine on this planet? Can you explain that? Why is that smart? Can you tell me?
How they've acquired such powers? You mean how the Zionists have so much power? Or the Jewish lobby, or the Jews themselves?
For a while, it was basically illegal to say anything derogatory about Israel. Someplace.
What's the matter? It is now. It's considered anti-Semitic, like to criticize Israel.
That's not. If you can't take a little criticism, then you got nothing. I'm not interested in any further wine you have.
Wow.
So, it's on somebody else's ankle.
Wow. Yeah, it's part of their belief in their own holiness.
No, it's not belief. It's their dog and pony show.
What's the dog and pony show?
Killed by Hitler. Meanwhile, there are 3.2 million Jews in the alleged Jews in the entire Europe. But 6 million were killed. 6 million. No, what's the maximum? 6 million. Okay.
Yeah, but you're not even supposed to contest that number, right? It's illegal to contest the number. In Canada, people have gone to jail for contesting the number, like including Zundel. You should look it up. Zundel was this German guy in Toronto who wrote a newspaper, who published a newspaper out of downtown Toronto, and he made claims like 6 million is exaggerated.
Yeah, well, it is.
But they put him in jail. And he said mostly actually what happened was, and there was no ovens. He said it was like they were labor camps. They were slave. Like that wasn't right, but that's what it was, labor camps. And many died in those labor camps. And when there was an outbreak of typhus or whatever, they would burn the sick bodies in these crematoria. But they didn't burn, he claims, they didn't burn healthy people. They had no purpose to it. They wanted to use them as free labor.
Yeah.
Right? Which is wicked in itself, Blake. They enslaved.
I know.
They enslaved the Jews. And many died because of bombings, because of lack of food, and typhus, etc.
Yeah, but now the Jews want to enslave the rest of the world.
They have, you're right.
It's not going to happen.
And they've received payback for their sufferings from Germany.
Yeah, I believe they influenced them, but they not.
Well, they keep getting. Last time they got like 3 nuclear-powered subs. Israel is becoming a maritime power now, thanks to German donations. Yeah, nuclear-powered subs for a small nation like Israel is remarkable, actually. Like 5 million.
5 million people.
Yeah, 5 million people, basically, or 6 total, with 1 million Arabs. 5 million Jews and 1 million Arabs in Israel, right? Yeah. But enough weapons to perhaps destroy the earth. Perhaps. If they have as many bombs as they are suspected of having. More than 200. Right? And they've got technology. It's like Israel is quite technologically advanced. They've got science, they've got math.
Well,
they've got production from the beginning.
Israel has been trying to go to war with Iran for a long time.
Just like they did for Iraq. They got him to go to Iraq.
They want to steal the oil.
And kill an enemy, destroy an enemy. Like there's an enemy of Israel.
There's no enemy.
He was. Saddam.
I heard the president of Iran speaks.
Oh, not Iraq. Well, Iraq. I know. Sorry. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Iran speaks his God.
Yeah.
Saddam Hussein was a whole different story.
Mm.
I heard about Saddam Hussein from Moroccans years ago.
Oh.
Okay, he's a bad guy everywhere.
Really?
Oh, yeah. But,
Like he would kill his opponents, for example.
He kill anybody. The son would too.
Sorry, his son would
Those
kill.
raging household. They're what happens to people who have no breeding for power,
Oh.
given power.
They go out of control.
They lose their mind. Like even actors and actresses, $170 million. What the fuck do they do? You know,
I know.
they have no friends, right? Because everybody who even meets them, it wants to start
There's a
sucking
vulture,
from
there's a
somehow.
vulture,
Yeah, everybody turns into a vulture. So you're basically lonely.
Mm. Mm.
Ornament on somebody's shelf. Like you can't
Right,
have
right.
fun, you can't be yourself in public.
Mm.
Somebody might think, badly of you, God forbid.
Huh.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, as they say in Arabic, like, thank God for the
What?
meal. Alhamdulillah, thanks be to God. It was a nice meal.
Yeah.
Or daimah, may it always be so between us.
Yeah.
This nice meal together.
No.
May it last forever. That's what it means. May the memory of this meal last forever. In one word, though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, so do you think I'm a dishonest king?
No, I think you're an honest man. I think you believe in the truth. Like, you're a man of truth. That's why I love you.
Okay.
If I keep it simple, it's that.
Yeah.